What's up, my beautiful ladies? It's Candice Harper, and it is Friday afternoon in New York City. And you know what that means? That means it is time for Terrace Talk. So here we are. You know what I'm thinking about? Besides the fact that I'm still looking for somebody to do the graphics and the open and put some music on it, is that I want to start having people come and, talk about different things having to do with relationships. I'm not sure who yet. I mean, if you're out there watching this and you have a relationship question and you don't mind coming on camera and sitting down and just talking to me, I would love it if you came to my house and sat with me for Terrace Talk. I have other chairs here. And I have a nice little space, and you can see the reflection back there. You can see the whole city, so it's really nice. Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm so glad to have you once again. Today, I want to talk about this thing that keeps coming up, and it's really around traditional male and female roles. Ultimately, that's what it's around. But a couple of my clients have mentioned this thing about not being able to cook. A lot of my clients are very independent career women who, like myself, did a lot of time in their adult lives of just pursuing their career. And that's what their life was about. And so, when you do that, if you don't have a natural affinity for certain things, then, and you don't actually take lessons to learn them, it's easy to get very tunnel vision about what you know how to do. I am very fortunate in that my mother taught me how to cook. And I say very fortunate because when I've needed to eat, I can always MacGyver something together. But I know that there are a lot of you fantastic ladies out there who would make a great match with a fantastic man, and you don't know how to cook. And guess what? It's quite all right. And, they always say that old cliche, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but what if you meet a chef who only likes his own food, or a guy who has IBS and has so many food issues that his appetite's not that great? The fact is that whoever you are going to end up with, it has to be authentic to who you are. It's like how you get them is how you keep them. So if you're not a cook, you can fool someone into thinking you are. You can order food or have a friend cook or whatever and have them think you are. But sooner or later, if the idea is to have a long-term relationship, it's going to come out that you're not a cook. It's okay if you're not a cook. You don't have to be a cook. The only reason you would have to be a cook is if that is something that is authentic to who you are. If you want to be a cook, become a cook. And then if you want to cook for a man, cook for a man. Now, let me just break down this cliche of the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I think the idea is that it's the assumption that a way to a man's heart is through some sort of nurturing, mothering kind of care that takes care of their basic biological needs. They say that women are more intellectually stimulated, whereas with men, that if their biological needs are taken care of, they feel satisfied, they feel happy where they are, and that's great. But I would like to challenge that and say that the way to a man's heart is through his heart. Because, of course, any man who likes to eat is going to love when a woman cooks for him, but that's not going to be the thing that makes him love you. He could go to Shake Shack. There's a lot of people out there that could bring him great food. It's not about being able to bring a man great food. It's about what we all want, which is being able to be accepted for exactly who we are. And that is the way to a man's heart. Now, that's why you gotta, pick a man that you'd want to be with, rather than try to get a man to be who you want to be with. If you meet somebody who you really like and you really have an affinity for, a lot of women think the thing to do is to pretend to be aloof and to pretend to not care, and that kind of works for the dating game. They get a little bit more interested if you're a little bit hard to get, and that game is definitely very effective in getting attention. But if we're talking about, we're women of a certain age, we're in our 40s, we've been around, if we're talking about actually creating connection in our 30s also, maybe even 20s, 50s, we're talking about actually creating connection with somebody else, getting past the dating game, I mean, that's nothing. It's easy to sort of trick someone into your life with cooking them good food or behaving in all the right ways or not calling a certain amount or, keeping them guessing, keeping them chasing. All those little tricks and tips that a lot of misogynistic advice giving will tell you, it works for a limited amount of time. Life is not about, partnering up with somebody because you've tricked them into your world, and because then if you can't maintain that, then what is the purpose and what is the point of being with someone who you can't be exactly who you are with, and they accept that and love that about you? So I say all of that to say, a way to a man's heart is through his heart, by accepting who he is. So that doesn't mean, I know I talked the last vlog about, standards and expectations and being careful around all of that. That doesn't mean that you're okay with whoever any guy is. So don't get all up in arms like I'm telling you, just be desperate because you gotta have a man in your life. That's another thing. You don't gotta have a man in your life. Clearly you're independent. You can do your own thing. But if you're watching me, you probably wanna have a man in your life. And if you want to have a man in your life, it will be in your best interest to find the things that you like about the men that are available to you and the men that you meet, and acknowledge those things, enjoy those things, be accepting of the things that maybe you don't like so much, not the things that make you in danger, not the things that would hurt you, not the things that are toxic or abusive. But they're gonna have things about them that aren't that great, that you don't love. Maybe their table manners aren't great, whatever. I mean, we can't be trying to find and make this perfect guy. But the idea here is to be accepting of who someone is. If he likes, if he's a guy who works in finance but likes to take an improv comedy class on the side and he's really bad at it, it's being accepting of everything about a person and who a person professes themselves to be. And which is why it's so important, I always say, to know who you are and to know what's important to you, because you also want to be accepting of what is important to them. And that is the way to anybody's heart, not just a man's heart. What we all want as human beings is to be love and to give love. And to have those sweet moments of just acceptance of ourselves, acceptance of each other. That's all it's about. And all that dating game stuff can be very fun when you're just dating for fun. But when we're talking about a real human connection, what fosters real human connection is being accepting of a person where they are, wherever they are. So if you're in a point right now where you're trying to struggle and come up with some way to get them into your life or make them commit, but you're out there. I had one client, she's out there, she's a fabulous single girl. I mean, just high fashion, just, great career, beautiful, everything going for her, so many friends, just such a full life, and it's beautiful. And her current boyfriend is saying, well, you're not ready for married life because you don't cook, you don't stay home. It's not that she's not ready for married life. She's not ready for married life with him because that's not her lifestyle. And there's men out there who, they have great careers and they're successful and they love to be social and they love to dress up and they love to get out there and be with friends and have a good time, and will go out with her every night if that's what she wants. So it's really about thinking about what's important to you, aligning with someone else who's, whatever's important to them you can accept and be happy with, and just letting it be easy. Stop making it so hard, because life will come up with enough challenges to your relationship. And if you're dating right now and trying to have a relationship or trying to create a relationship, you already know that. But yeah, if you don't cook, don't worry about it, sister. Just do what you're good at. Do you. Be yourself for a living. I know it's so simple. It's like a little simple cliche, but nothing could be more the truth. And that's it, I think, for Terrace Talk. I meant what I said. Like, I really do want to start talking to other people in Terrace Talk, because I always feel like I talk to other people throughout the week. I talk to other people on the phone, and then I come to Terrace Talk and I'm like, I kind of miss the interaction. And I feel like that would be something that would really sort of flesh out the situation. So if you are out there and you want to come on Terrace Talk, just hit me up. There'll be all my links and stuff will be down below if you're on YouTube. If you're on my blog site, there'll be ways to get in touch with me. I'm working on rebranding everything right now, by the way. What is this curl? I'm working on rebranding everything right now. So, I really want to, put it out there, what my intention is, who I'm looking to work with. And, I am open to giving advice. I know a lot of people do write to me on my Facebook page, which is Candice Harper Love Coach, for questions. And I always answer. I will always get to you. Just be patient. But, I help powerful women create the love life they desire and deserve. And I also help people just realize that they have everything they need to have everything they want. And I could throw a million one-liners at you, but that's basically what I do. I coach people in really, really creating what it is they want. So yeah, that's it. Check out the links below. You can check out my book, Baggage Free Bad B. You could also hit me up if you want to have a free consultation, and we could talk about my one-on-one program that's Powerfully Connect with Any Man You Want. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next Friday. Have a great week. And the one thing I want you to remember is that what we think, we create. What we speak, we create. So please be mindful of your magic. I love you very much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next Friday. Bye now.